Good morning, I'm Craig Donaldson, the CEO of Kea. Fantastic to be with you all today. Imagine if you could use technology to connect all your expats overseas to create one simple borderless nation. So here's a really quick video to show the world of Kea.
Imagine what you could achieve if you had a friend in every city or every country where you're trying to do business.
We can take so many lessons from those New Zealand companies that have globalised successfully.
I want to find other organisations in New Zealand that I think I can work with and help to become world class.
Probably the biggest lesson that we've learned along the way, and that is you need friends. That network has just made all the difference to our business.
The way to take it to commercialisation is spend time in the market.
The market's everywhere, we need to be everywhere.
At Kea, we're trying to build a borderless nation of Kiwis. Be a little bit nationalistic, and Kea's doing that. You know, if we didn't have it, we'd have to invent it anyway.
I'm really delighted and proud to be a part of the New Zealand network globally.
It's the most fantastic community. I must say that Kea is a place where we all can network together, celebrate excellence in what we do as New Zealanders, both inside New Zealand and outside New Zealand, and support each other.
We have a small country, we can be great, but we can only be great if we band together and recognise what individually we're not so good at, but together we're great at.
So Kea is New Zealand's borderless nation and has a two-pronged strategy to grow the network to be as large as possible to connect those million Kiwis that are offshore. New Zealand has 20% of its country offshore, and via all of our digital channels we're trying to connect as many of them as possible. Currently we're at nearly 600,000. Our second strategy is our world-class New Zealander network. We have hand-picked 385 world-class New Zealanders in all sectors around the planet that are prepared to give of their time, contacts, expertise to open doors for New Zealand companies to really make a difference for our country. So of Kea's team, around 12 people, half of it is focused on our world-class New Zealand network that really sit there and make business connections and manage the alumni of these world-class New Zealanders that we have. The second team is a digital social media technology team that effectively grows and connects these million Kiwis that are offshore. So to keep our world-class New Zealanders engaged, we've asked them to speak at conferences, tell of their stories and really be inspirational about some of the things that they can do to help New Zealand companies. A great example is an event that we recently hosted in London with a world-class New Zealander, Shane Legg. Here's his story.
It's a global network of New Zealanders who get together in different chapters all over the world and have different events just to celebrate the best of what New Zealand has to offer overseas.
I'm Shane Legg. I'm speaking here at the Kea event tonight at New Zealand House. I'll be talking about my own personal history and the development of artificial intelligence, where it has been, where it is now and where it's going in the future.
We chose Shane because obviously he gives a good presentation, he's pretty funny, he's a world-class New Zealander, he's really at the forefront of research in that area, so it was a perfect fit for him to come and speak with us.
I think the future of artificial intelligence is going to affect the entire global economy. It's going to mean that many jobs that we now sort of take for granted are going to be automated, and I think all economies, New Zealand included, are going to have to think about how to deal with that.
He's had no need to really explain himself. No one's really heard too much from him, and what he told us tonight was absolutely incredible.
There's a lot to take away from tonight's lecture from Shane. The fundamental thing is that, you know, change is coming. It's something that we just need to get used to, and we need to understand how we actually build on that and do good things with that.
This is the first Kia event that I've come to, and I would definitely sign up for more. It's nice to see New Zealanders thriving around the world. I think it's very aspiring for New Zealanders not to feel that they're from a small place and so cannot do well in a big place.
So the World Class New Zealand Network is set up so we can have really deep relationships with our World Class New Zealanders to know exactly how they can add value to what they care about, where they could speak or what doors they could potentially open. We also need to have great relationships with New Zealand businesses to find out what their needs really are in market. And if we can get those two together, our job is really to bridge that gap to make the magic happen for New Zealand. So in Kia we've had a very strong focus on digital and technology. We recognise that to grow from 30,000 to 600,000, we absolutely had to get our technology piece right. One of our cool pieces of kit that we've developed is the Kea app. You'll see a video here in a moment as exactly how that works. But it's allowed us to connect with our alumni, be absolutely engaging, see where they are around the world, and for New Zealand companies to promote their events and get notice. It really has made a difference for this business. So we're proud of our Kea app. It really is making a difference. Here's a short video to see how it works.
Over 1 million Kiwis live overseas. Meet Ollie. He's one of them. Ollie's a 30-year-old entrepreneur. He's just arrived in San Francisco and wants to connect with New Zealanders on the ground who can help him break into the local startup scene. Or how about Ellie? Ellie's in her 20s and has just graduated from design school in London. She's finding it hard to build her network and is looking for events to connect with expats in her industry. Then there's Mark. He's a world-class New Zealander who's been living in Shanghai for 15 years. After selling his business, he's looking for ways to give back. Mark wants to help the next generation of Kiwis who dream of achieving big things overseas. Introducing the Kea app. The Kea app helps you find like-minded Kiwis, localised events and New Zealand-owned businesses wherever you are in the world. It's the app that connects Kiwis globally. The Kea app. Available now on the App Store and Google Play.
So Kia's funding model is made up of two parts, the government and the private sector. The government, we're doing things for trade and enterprise, for immigration, for education, to ensure that the expats that are overseas are really seeing all those services. Secondly, on the private side, we have partnerships in place with banks, lawyers, property, firms, to ensure that expats coming home get to see all those services. So it's really been a good combination partnership with both of those two. The value for Kea and its expats offshore is twofold. One, they all love connecting to each other, and via the app they can do that. And secondly, for all those Kiwi companies that are looking to go offshore, leaning on those Kiwis that have gone before them, that are happy to introduce them, open doors, is really the value for New Zealand Inc. So we really are pushing that. So at Kea, we're really proud of what we built. We've learned some good lessons along the way, and we think we can continue to do a lot more. So thanks for being part of the day. Goodbye.